Moving on now, Australia's housing crisis has worsened. Construction times for houses have grown by 50% in the past decade, while building costs are 53% more expensive.
Western Australia is leading the lag. South Australia had the next slowest build, then New South Wales, followed by Victoria and Melbourne. So what does this mean for your next reno? And is it time to step away from the tools? For more, we are joined by Master Builder Coach Kurt Hegetschweiler. Thank you so much for being with us this morning. So firstly, let's break this down. What does this hold up mean for us and, importantly, our wallet?
Well, it's already impacting wallets quite significantly already, and at its core, it's all about price shock and then government inefficiency and red tape. So essentially, people are going through the design process, they're getting their builds through the council approval process as well, getting finance done, but when the quotes come back from builders, they're far exceeding expectations. So at that point, people are either abandoning the design altogether or they're having to redesign and then refinance, so there's more red tape, or otherwise go back through council. And all of that's really clogging an already slow bureaucratic system.
Yes, so we know for anyone who's ever tried to build anything, it's a spider's web of red tape. How can you streamline and simplify that process? So
two things. Firstly, you want to avoid price shock. And like you said, 53% increase, we've never seen anything like it in 20 years of doing this. But getting a builder involved early on in the pre-construction process really helps. They can collaborate with the designer to reduce scope and ensure that budgets align with what you eventually want to spend. And then from a council approval process or procedure, you can go through, like in New South Wales, there's a CDC process, which fast tracks, it's 20 days instead of 3 months or 12 months. There's a similar thing in Victoria and also Queensland as well. So those two things is, it's you taking ownership, taking things into your own hands, and making sure, one, you avoid price shock, and two, you get through the red tape quickly.
And make sure there aren't too many variations for the builders, because that's how they jack up the price in the end.
Compounding.
Know what you want helps, Get crystal clear,
So should people who are considering renovating or building, should they just wait until this kind of passes, or is it not going to pass? Do they need to get on top of it and just get started?
Absolutely not. No, sitting on your hands is not going to help. So go ahead. People 3 years ago decided they were going to wait, and they need 50% more in their budget now to do the same build as what they did then. And it's the perfect storm. We've got a housing crisis, labour shortage, material prices have stabilised a bit, but interest rates are going to come down. So really, if anything, demand for building is going to go up.
Hey, the government had a plan to build 1.2 million homes in 5 years. They've fallen pretty short of that target. Do you think they've overpromised here?
Government over-promising
and under-delivering?
Surely not.
Yeah, no, they wouldn't do that, surely, No, I think they've, optimistic at best with that. And then in their defence, they wouldn't have been able to foresee the price shock. And then, all the red tape. It's just, it's out of control.
All the red tape is of their making, though.
Absolutely. So you've got federal laws and state laws. So you've got dual sort of legislation, and that's just compounding the issue, complicating things for builders, making it worse. So,
So from a government perspective, if there was one single thing, the most powerful thing they could do to get this back on track and get rid of the housing crisis, in your opinion, what would it be?
They would have to reduce legislation, the regulations. They have to cut them significantly, take a chainsaw to regulations. Unlikely to happen, which is why I'll say, my suggestion is take things into your own hands, make sure that you're clear on what you want, get a builder involved early on in the process. There may be a nominal fee for that, and then look for ways to fast track with less complex builds like a CDC.
Well, Kurt, thank you for all of those tips, mate.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Thanks so much.